Hello, everybody. This is Justin Case of American Newscape, joining our friend and media personality Jerry Maldonado, back for another installment of Meatball Therapy. Get on,
Seasick.
get on the Meatball Express, everybody.
Get seasick. You.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to American Newscape.
Awesome. Great to be back, man. Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, I
Hey, well,
I heard a yeah. I heard a rumor that we were going
yeah,
to be talking about integrity, or you were going to be talking about integrity, and I was going to try and make some sense of it.
yeah, you're just going to follow along as I speak and be quiet. I get
Okay,
it. I understand.
I like that.
Integrity. Integrity. If you take out a couple of those syllables, you get gritty in there. You know, that's what a few of. I was just watching Hacksaw Ridge before I came on. I don't know if you saw that, the Mel Gibson classic to me. It just shows integrity that these 17-year-olds had trying to protect our nation, but yet I had an associate who's in her mid 20s who started crying because I hurt her feelings. You know, this is something, the internal, how should we say, mental weapon that we all need to carry, our core values and beliefs, and stick by them. That's why gritty is at the end of that word. And driving with my daughter today, my oldest daughter, we were talking about back in the day when dad was living in that cell block, not how should we say, a real cell block, but that motel cell block, and I had my kids for the weekend, and how I was able to spread out $50 for us four people to enjoy the weekend. And she asked, how was it? And I said, well, I said, when you were born, I said, I told you as I was holding you in my arms that I would be there. I would always be there, and I was the first one to hold her. And to this day, 30 years later, I'm still there. It's that kind of integrity, the firm adherence of the code of values that we hold as in our mental toolbox will determine whether if we can grasp our goals and dreams with that same manner. Gritty is you're going to hit the hard times. You're going to hit those times in your life where stuff's going to hit the fan really hard. It's going to blow back at you. But when you realize you have a target in life to shoot for, this is what very few people have, a set goal or a target that they're shooting for every day. And they're going to realize how life is. They're going to realize that, yeah, it's going to get gritty sometimes. But those core values that we hold, like I told my daughter, I would always be there and still am and still text my children every single day. Not because of trying to be a hero. There's no cape on my back, but it's just a philosophy of life that if you say something, you're going to be that something. Imagine doing that with your goals and dreams. There'd be very few unhappy people in this world today.
Well, it's a pause for me to think, which is scary to everybody. But we have to be true to ourselves to be true to those we love, and
Ah,
integrity is a perfect way to show that.
it's just setting an example of yourself, showing to the outside world the true character that you are. And I'm not belittling anybody. I'm just trying to be a positive note because there's always a way to turn that around. It's just setting a course of action in yourself every single day and understanding who you are as a person to proceed. And I use my golden years, and I say this respectfully because I where I've come from is awesome because it gave me great wisdom. I don't live in that. I relish in the fact of where I was. I learned from it, and my kids are a direct result from that. I use the same philosophy in my work ethic with the shows that I do, including yourself every day. It's what I am, and if people can grasp that kind of mental tool that we all have, I mean, life to would turn around for so many people.
Well, those setbacks that you experienced, they were blessings in disguise because now they give you such a sense of appreciation for where you've been and where you are now.
Yeah, and Jim Carrey expressed it beautifully in one of his speeches. He said, "I wish people can experience all the fame and the riches all they want, to realize it's nothing compared to having a purpose or belief and a goal that you're setting in life. But it's the journey getting to where you want to go, no matter what." No matter what. That's why, like I said, gritty is part of that word. You're going to experience. I mean, there were days where I had to ride a bike, 15 miles each way to see my kids. I didn't care. Yeah. If I had to walk, and I did that too, I didn't care. Yeah, I text them every day. If they don't respond, I didn't care. It's just me as a person making that pledge that I made to myself, holding my first daughter in my arms, that I was always going to be there as a dad. And back then, a young married couple, you don't expect things to turn out the way they did. And they did, and it was harsh. But there I was, like a big pain in the ass at the front door. Come to see the kids. It didn't matter what happened. I was always there. If people put a grasp on that with their goals and their dreams and their desires in life, it the universe is going to give you that. It's going to give you that on a silver platter, but you have to get through the gritty parts, and they will be gritty parts, and it's going to hurt, and it's going to seem like the world is ending sometimes. But if you keep pushing forward with your true character, integrity is like a halo that you hold above your head. You can't lose at this game. You really can't. Because the inside is focused in that direction. That's your thought direction. That's your feelings in life. You are not denied nothing that you don't first deny yourself.
Well, and it makes me think of you need to show up, and we need to show up every day. And that's
Yeah.
what you that's
Yeah.
what you that's what you were doing for your kids. You were showing up, and you were showing up, and I hate that term journey. To me, it's more of an adventure. Whatever life has in store
Oh,
for
good
us,
point.
it's going to
Good
be an
point. Yeah.
adventure.
Yeah, indeed. If you want to look at it from that perspective, it's the biggest friggin' mountain you're gonna climb,
Well, yeah,
and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, but I mean the rewards are endless because you've got this beast of burden off your chest. I mean, the mental feeling of guilt or shame or anger, all that's alleviated with just a core set of values, knowing what you're doing. It's like Hacksaw Ridge. The guy had a core belief not to carry a weapon, but wanted to serve in a war. He didn't care. He didn't care. Court martial, even though he was exonerated, he didn't care. He doesn't carry a weapon because of his core beliefs. That's fine. What does he do? He goes in battle and proves himself to himself, his core belief, and came out a hero beyond recognition. I didn't even hear of this guy until I saw this movie. But if we all had that set of core values in who we are as a person, I mean, that beast of burden is off your chest. You're running on a fuel tank that's never ending because you're always moving forward, indeed, through the adventure.
well, and a testament to him and to others through the course of time. There's been a percentage of soldiers from every country and nation that went into battle and would not fire their weapon because of that core belief. But they were there. They
Yeah,
showed up.
yeah. Because and and I'm not digressing here, but this integrity thing kind of hit the hay today when all I hear when I saw the hashtag baby daddy. I was like, what is even that term? I mean, there shouldn't even whatever happened to father. That proud name that people held now. Baby daddy sounds like a machine. It's like a rabbit with the male version. It just keeps pumping out kids, and to be there for your kids. Honestly, I can say this coming from a dysfunctional family that was now splintered all over the country. It's not about proving yourself. It's just I believed in being a father. Now, the people out there can believe in being a success, or believe in being themselves, or believe in being something better than who they are. You attach a dream or desire to that core belief, you're not denied. You're just going to become that. You get through the gritty parts, you climb the mountain, You understand who you are, and you are going. It's going to manifest. This is the guarantee of life. You keep pushing forward with that train of thought, you're going to get it.
Yeah, but without that train of thought, you can't claim you're a father unless you walk the walk.
Yes, that's where the hard work comes in. This is the
Right.
mental monster that we fight every day. Marines are notorious for blindfolding soldiers and dropping them off in the middle of a jungle, and they say, you figure out how to come back. And your biggest nemesis is going to be the mental monster you're thinking. And if we all have that kind of training in life, that kind of fortitude instilled in us, because it doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's a practiced effort. If people can do that and do that with their whole heart, you are going to manifest the most beautiful things. But you're going to have to fight with the biggest battle against yourself.
Well, absolutely. I think courage can be a learned behavior, but it takes a lot of work. Absolutely. And life to
I
be
know.
savored, life to be
Oh,
savored, you have to be courageous.
the work and the effort. What the hell? I mean,
Oh, woe
what's
is
happening?
you. Oh, woe is you, Jerry.
What has happened to people? Shut the hell up. I mean, meaning like not you, but the people. Be quiet and do your business, man. This is what drives me nothing but. So I'm gonna turn my head. No, there's always gonna be work. Most importantly, the mental aspect of knowing yourself is going to be the hardest, but the most rewarding, fulfilling, purposeful life dream you've always wanted to create. Knowing thyself. And I'm not getting biblical on you guys. I'm just saying, my goodness, when you find yourself, you can be yourself, you become yourself, you can define yourself to go out there to have, be, and do anything you've always wanted.
Well, and when you find yourself, that becomes a full time job because you have to stay in touch with yourself. You need to stay on top of it.
You are a magnet tonight. You are on point there, Meatball. I love it. Indeed, you're right. You're right. I mean, it's that epiphany. I mean, it's like when I knew what I wanted to do, like with America's Mentor or whatever I'm doing in media, it actually came as a fluke because it was just an audio version. I was just creating America's Mentor because, back in the day, people wanted to leave the libraries for their kids, the stoic, I wanted to be the stoic individual. I said, wait, why don't I just create a visual library? This way, daddy's never gone. And it's ballooned into what I have now, just out of doing something of my core belief. This is how powerful integrity is. I mean, you start with something, it's going to manifest, it's going to morph, it's going to evolve into a whole bunch of different things. And to this day, I'm grateful for keeping that core value and not following the herd of people of the fathers back then who just left. Say, oh, I can't do this anymore. I'll just send them money. And I was like, no, I'm going to send them money, but I'm going to walk it there in person 15 miles. I didn't care. You have that kind of fortitude in life with your own desires and dreams. They're going to evolve into all different sort of amazing things, but you have to take that gritty part and you got to keep pushing forward.
Well, Jerry, I think this was a good topic. Do you have a couple tools you can give us so we can continue to work on developing better integrity?
Decide. It was that moment when I was holding my daughter. I can still see the scene. My wife was going at the time was going through complications. We almost lost my wife. She almost bled out, literally, and she couldn't hold Victoria. So I had to hold her, and it was quite ironic. It was like a light shining down on both of us. One of the doctors took a picture. I still have the picture of me just holding her, this 20-something-year-old holding this newborn who had just gone through 4 or 5 hours in the birth canal and trying to get out. And I said, I'll always be here. You made the effort to get out and stay alive. I'm always going to be here for you. It's that kind of choice. I mean, it's in the moments of decision that your destiny is shaped.
Well, in your noblest moment, and it may not have been your noblest moment, but it certainly would be on your one of the top on your list. It's still with you, and it still drives you.
Oh,
And what a wonderful remembrance you've got.
and hopefully everybody else can grasp their own remembrances. This is all about sharing success stories because success leaves clues.
Well, it does, and you have to pay attention.
Indeed.
All right, everybody, this has been Justin Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you Meatball Therapy. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links are provided in this video's read more. Today's the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado when time permits.